Alright, hello and welcome to ASTRONEER. It's actually one of my favorite games. It's a cool space survival game, so I think we should just get started with it. See how it goes. So you can actually choose different character models. I personally prefer the first one. That's also the tutorial, that little grayed out one. But I don't need to play for that, so I'll explain the game as I go along. Yeah, something cool though is that when you first start you have this cool animation here of the game loading, but you also get to see the whole world around you. Move the camera around, check out the resources, so on. Pretty cool. So it's a pretty good spawning area. Could be better, but not bad. Well, go ahead and check this out just to see. Oh, I almost forgot this animation. I love this how it all expands outwards. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so base is set up. We've got this. I think this is supposed to be a tree, but we need to first gather resources. So the game changed the recipes recently, the crafting update, so I don't remember all of them, but for the most part it is the same. But yeah, so we'll be finding new stuff as we go along then. It's always fun. Actually, right off the bat too, we found this really nice resource thing right there. This little pillar. A lot of pillars like these will produce research pods, and you can use these to gain bytes. Yeah, 64 bytes from that. So usually each one will give you the same amount, but like each pillar is different. So like this one's always 64, like 1644. Alright then. Hey, drop pod. So white balls in the distance have resources in them. Pretty cool. 45 bytes, yeah. If you hold down Q, you open the catalog, and then here's your stuff. You can research things with bytes. Currently we can't research anything yet because we haven't got enough bytes. But usually you can actually get enough from just these little research pods that are renewable, so they'll grow back eventually. Oh, I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. So I can get back before I die. Alright, here, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that one up too. You guys pick them up too, it's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and actually use that instead. Alright, I'm rescuing my oxygen filters, I forgot. I guess I'm gonna die then. First death already, I haven't even started. Oh well, that's fine. But hey, I get to show up how you respawn. It's pretty cool. Hey, there's a little house icon there now. Huh, interesting. So yeah, you just kind of float down to the planet you're on, and see there's other planets. I think that's exotic. That one is arid. And there's a couple others. So we're on Terran right now. It's kind of like Earth. Hey, there's a cave over there. Nice. So you actually respawn this little drop pod. Actual landing platform. Which you can actually interact with, and I forgot. You're supposed to actually interact with this first, and you can use the startup package, which gives you a medium platform and a printer. So these are the two most basic items in the game, and that'll let you pretty much make everything else. So you can just unpack the printer, and it deploys it. It's pretty cool. Deploy the printer, and now it's deployed. So we can actually print stuff. So I want to get a platform. I personally don't like the platform, so we're going to have to upgrade that soon. But we've got two things. We've got large platform A, which has 4 slots right there, and the research chamber. So these are the two most basic items in the game, at least besides the printer. So you need those to make pretty much everything else. So you also start with a couple other basic things you print from your backpack. Also these little icons correspond to the printer, which is nice. So this is a backpack printer, so I can print it whenever I want on my person. This is the small printer, or I think it's called fabricator, I don't know. Small printer, which I haven't made one yet, but that is like a tiny version of this medium printer. Yeah, they're called printers now. They used to be called fabricators. And this is the medium fabricator, and this is a large printer, which is actually still called the vehicle bay. So I think they need to rename that because it makes more than just vehicles now. But anyway, so smelting furnace. I don't know why it's not just called a furnace or a smelter, because it used to be called a smelter, but oh well. I'm gonna research that because I need it. I can't make it for now, but I will need one eventually, so I might as well unlock it now. So let's go back and get my death, because I don't want to lose that compound. Compound is very good to have. I need a lot of it, and it's also used to make pretty much everything, all the basic stuff at least. Oh. So yeah, 4 compound, and the body will just stay there. I think when you exit the world it despawns, but I'm not sure. I haven't really confirmed it because I don't ever remember. So yeah, I'm going to just get the last of this compound. The little stacking mechanic too when you mine is cool. You can keep track of like all the resources you mine, and there's like a little stack there till it fills it up. And after it fills up, it will let you get the whole resource, which is pretty cool. Very unique mechanic, I'd say. Whereas in games like Minecraft and Terraria, you can just mine the whole resource at once, but in this one you gotta mine different parts of it first. So I mean, I guess it's kind of the same in other ways, but oh well. You don't really have to refine most of the stuff that you get. And then compound and resin are already useful in their raw form, but you'd have to smelt the ores though. There are a couple recipes that use a raw ore, but not a lot. We'll go and make some tethers. These will let me extend my oxygen supply, which helps me not die. And I'm going to need a couple. I usually keep 2 on me, just because I like having 2. And I think we can go ahead and make a platform too. But I need resin here. So we need to find some resin. Usually you spawn near resin and compound, but I think in this case I just got unlucky. So I can find it, I just prefer not to, because sometimes it takes a while. Ah, I think there's some over there actually. So you just deploy a tether with T, it'll be next to your astroneer. You can actually sprint and then place them as you go. It's good to place them just as the little line will disconnect. Setting line up right, yeah, like that. So you have like a couple seconds before it is too far away to connect to the previous tether. But that's a good strategy, that way you can go ahead and just kind of run through. Takes a bit of time to master, but it's worth it. Found some resin, it's kind of a dark yellow. Kind of like a McDonald's logo actually, like a dark yellow. But this is one of the most basic resources as well. I needed to make the canisters, which store soil, which is more on mining, which I can use to print some stuff and do stuff with later. And I can also make a couple of other basic items like the canister, I just said that, and oxygen filters too, which would have saved me if I, used them or had them. Alright, back at the base, I went ahead and just cut that out for no reason at all. Sloppy editing, I know. But yeah, so make canister and a platform. So the cool thing about this mechanic is everything's diegenic as well, so there's very few UIs. Really the only UI is this one, because it's like an actual UI. But everything else is diegenic, like the main menu, that's like a space station. I think you can actually find it in space. Your inventory is just your backpack that you wear. It just pops up in front of you, and you got interactive stuff too. Anyway, yeah, made a couple canisters. I think I want a small generator too, but why not? I have not enough space for stuff, so I might as well. Usually I like to make a couple of these, but for now, I'll make one and just leave it. You know what, I'll make 2, why not? I've got enough compound, there's a couple other veins nearby. So yeah, you also drain power when you use stuff. You might notice this yellow bar is power. It gets generated by the habitat. This blue bar is oxygen. So I use both of those a lot. They're pretty much the most basic kind of, I guess, system. Not really a resource, it's like a system. There's a cave somewhere, but I don't remember which way it was. I think it was this way. Usually you can find caves pretty easily. It's good to find one in the game, because then you can go ahead and just kind of run around and then just instantly be in the kind of later part of the game. Because they're actually going to, when the game is fully released in December, they're going to go ahead and change all the terrain with this new system called Terrain 2.0. So I'm very excited. I really can't wait, because I'm hoping that I'll be able to continue this Let's Play for up until they release the game fully, because I'll have a bit more content to use. So here we go, found a cave. A couple other things here. So it's compound, which I've gotten already, right there. There's laterite. I'm pretty sure it's laterite. That's aluminum ore, and it's used to make a couple of kind of tech-themed things. Yeah, it's laterite. So like the vehicle bay needs laterite, or it needs aluminum. And then a couple other, I think, augments, which are like upgrades for your deform tool, which is all got the space vacuum gun I'm using. A couple other things too, but mostly tech stuff. So I'm going to want to get a lot of it, but I need to smelt it before I can actually use it. But to do that I need to get more compound and resin. So for now I actually haven't got enough inventory space. So you do have these 3 slots in your deform tool, which is nice. I'll go and get this quartz as well. I can smelt it into glass, so it's like okay, but not the most useful thing. Oh, I spam it on the ground. So yeah, if you fill up your deform tool but you don't have space, it'll just kind of drop it on the ground. It used to actually spit it out with like full force, would fly across the cave you're in, but now it just kind of drops on the ground, which is nice. Makes it easier to find. Let's see. I have some more quartz over there. So we will need a good amount of glass, but not like a ton. Oh, there's research. Research is nice. So these are research pods. There's 3 right here. There's this green one, that blue one, and then that black one. So I can go ahead and actually pull it down. You have pretty good reach, but the deform tool will extend it as well, which I found. It's pretty cool. So you can use that to get things that are far away. Like you drop research down a cave, for example, which will probably happen a couple times. But you pick up this research and you can use it. In order to use it though, we need to get a research chamber, so let's go ahead and craft one of those. I also need organic, which I can get from pretty much any plant. So I'm going to go and do that. Alright. Let's get a research chamber. I don't think I have enough resin to make it, actually. Here we go. Large platform. Yeah. I need a bit more resin, but I think I've got everything else. For now, I'm just going to dump everything in a pile. It's usually good to actually put it inside a little hole in the ground, that way storms don't blow it away. But I honestly don't care enough, because usually it doesn't get blown away too far. What could possibly go wrong? At least on tethers, because I make a lot of those. You'll notice that we need a lot of tethers. I mean, it's kind of my playstyle is to just place tethers everywhere. Because you can also go a good amount of time, I think like 70 seconds without tethers or without oxygen. But I don't want to risk it. So yeah. Good thing though is that we got this little research. Maybe a research rock. I don't know what it's called. I think it's a research deposit. We've got that, so we can get a good amount of research every now and again. Later, it won't be like a lot. It'll just be like a couple extra bytes every now and again. But for now, it's good. As you can see, a couple things here cost a few thousand. I think the most expensive item is probably the large rover and the large shuttle, which cost 4,000 each, which is actually a lot less than they used to. But you also need a lot of other parts to make them work, so it's like 5,000 or 6,000 in total cost. So yeah, everything's pretty expensive. For now though, we got a platform. So yeah, when we print something out, it makes this little crate. So you can move this around. You can actually put it on vehicles and stuff too. I can't really show it to you here. There you go. Down the bottom there's these little attachment parts. You can put it on, like you can put a platform on top of a platform, or on top of a rover, and just drag it across the whole world if you wanted to. So I personally don't like these large platforms, this specific kind. But for now it's all I have, so I'm going to use it. But I do want to replace it as fast as possible. Research chamber, 1 resin, 2 compound. I'm going to use the next platform. Pretty sure it's actually this one. No, this one. That's right. Here we go. Large platform B. I need 500 bytes to get that. Alright. So usually I like to get 500 bytes from just the research plants before I do anything, because that way I can unlock the large platform B, which is much better in my opinion. Just because it has like, I think 8 slots total, that makes it better. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter. You can just use whichever one. So I'm going to go ahead and get this resin, make a research chamber, check how long I've been recording because I didn't look at the time. If it's been like 20 minutes or so, I'll go on in the episode. Not super eventful, but it's the early game, so, you know, what can you do, right? Let's see, got some resin, so I do want to get my augments soon, because that makes it a lot faster when you're mining, which is great. Because speed is always good. That's just a philosophy of life. The faster you get something done, the better, right? Unless I guess you work in like nuclear engineering or something. I don't know. That usually doesn't apply to most things. It's just my little thing. There we go. Got a good amount of resin, so I can actually also just shift click the hologram or just drag it over there, and then that'll work too. Go ahead and print it out. The habitat does generate some power from this little, where is it? I think it's on this side. Yeah, the little thing generates a bit of power, but it's not a lot. So we'll go ahead and get some organic to fuel this, because we need power. Can I get enough is the question. The other thing is that you usually don't spawn near like a big open area with tons of plants. But it will. Anyway, almost done printing. I think it's cool too how it like deconstructs the items as it's being used. Nice little touch. Almost done. Go ahead and place that here. Alright. I'm sure I'll regret this later, but I don't care enough. So you guys can also research resources too, which is cool. A lot of them won't give you a lot just because they're common. Like, see, compound only gives 100 actually, which is a good amount. Quartz give 190. Leatherite is 430. And this research pod is 450. So we'll go ahead and start researching that. And then I think that'd be a good conclusion to the episode. So thank you for watching the first episode. I'll be back hopefully sometime in my life with episode 2 where we'll do more stuff probably. But yeah, otherwise, thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.